Good evening, everybody. It is giveaway week. The giveaway of this 525 is happening Sunday this week. So the 8th, I'll be doing a live draw for the 525. Now, Black Friday is just gone. As I currently film this, the sale is still on because I haven't been home to take it down yet. So there's luckily people that are getting a Cyber Monday sale. But yeah, people got involved with the Black Friday sale at the weekend. Thank you very much, everyone. We're very close to selling out, I think. I haven't actually counted yet, but it looks close to being counted. So if you're watching this on Tuesday and it's still up and live on the website, there's still some tickets remaining, but not many tickets remaining until I have to take it down because we're only selling 1,000 tickets. But of course, hoodies, stickers and t-shirts will still be available till the end of the week anyway. But none of that matters right now because the car is on the ramp in bits and we need to fix it, which is what I'm going to be doing today. Subframe is out. If you watched the last video, not many people did watch the last video. I don't know what happened, but Friday, the Black Friday started on Friday. Every single bit of content that I posted throughout the internet, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, went in the pan. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Like no one seemed to click on the video or the pictures or anything like that. So I don't know what happened, but yeah. On Friday, I put a video up of this, stripping that rear subframe out and getting it prepped for this week where we're going to be doing a load of work to it because it has a few things that need to be done to it. This being the rear subframe bushes, the rear control arm bushes. I'm going to drop the fuel tank, replace all the breather hoses like we did to this Touring here, because as you can see, we have a leak from the breather hose there. And we're going to be doing the front to rear fuel lines, which we do have right here. I've already had a slow start to today, so let's just get cracking and get this thing done. Just all I'm doing. Every single one of the other ones that came off that Touring didn't undo. So I bought all new stuff. But literally all of these are undoing. I didn't even put any WD-40 on them. So yeah, if you didn't know, I have brand new clips, screws, all these little clamps, all genuine BMW stuff for this car. So it's getting treated now, even though technically it doesn't need it, but I guess it's worth changing while I'm here. Old, new bag full of them, all the rubbers, all the plastic clips, the lot. So let's get a new genuine BMW parts. What I have just noticed is the only line that is rotten front to rear is that middle one. And if we follow it all the way down, all the way here, it goes up, it goes round, and it loops to atmosphere. Now, what that is basically a breather for the fuel tank. And we had the same one on this one, and we didn't replace the middle pipe all the way along because it just goes to atmosphere, and there's no need to take it from there all the way to the front. So we'll do the same on this one. We'll just loop it up there and just leave it as that, just like we did this one. What I've found on both of the occasions, because we've just done this one and we've just done this one, you can't buy that middle line for love nor money, but it does go to the atmosphere. So I'm not quite sure why it needs to be so long. So I'll do what I did to that one and just loop it up, right up the top inside the wheel arch. And we didn't have a problem with that, and we won't have a problem with this one. So yeah, that's why there will be two lines going back on. These are actually not really bad. Like, it's just that breather one, really. Like, to be honest, the middle one is the breather one, and the rest of them are decent. Like, you'd use them again, if I'm honest. Yeah, I wish I probably looked at it before, but, well, let's get new stuff now. New clips. Just a satisfying job, isn't it? Stuff just fits. Easy. new BMW fuel lines. Now, the worst thing about these fuel lines is that they have to travel the world in this shape, and naturally, they get fairly bent. Had the same problem with this car, same job on here. Had to straighten them out in a few places. In the last video, these were like really bent. Like these were properly out of shape over here. Like that was a 90 degree that way again when it's meant to be straight. So there's a lot of bending and stuff that needs to be done here, but you sort of put them on and they sort of bend into shape anyway. So you sort of like start that end and then move your way back, and you can sort of, you know, bend them into position and push them into their clips where they need to land. But yeah, a bit of pre-straightening before you put them out. Give it a bit of an eyeball. These need to be pointing that way quite a lot. I think right here is where they're both bent, here and here. So yeah, that's the only downside to this, but it's genuine pre-bent stuff, and it's a lot easier than making a whole front to rear fuel line off a copper roll or something like that. And I've actually bought a set of these lines for my E34 as well. So I'm looking forward to see how bent those ones are as well. But yeah, one job done. Now to drop the tank out. Again, rusty breather lines. The breathers haven't survived on this car, but they're probably made of the same material, but they don't have fuel going through them all the time. Has the fuel protected the fuel lines? And that's why they've rotted out. Which is weird, because usually like fuel line would eat away at like the protection of the paint and whatnot. Don't know. You tell me. It's a strange one why the breathers rot, but the fuel lines didn't. I don't know. Let's drop it out. One tank removed, and it's nice to see that it's not all scabby all around the edges of here like that car was. Keeps impressing me every time. What a good car this is. Yeah, next plan of action, replicate these breather hoses in copper like we did with this car and throw it back in the car. Quite literally as simple as that. We're going to change these fuel lines here as well because we've got nice new genuine BMW stuff, and to be honest, they again don't need changing, but while we're here we might as well. Fuel pump in here was new a couple of months ago, so we don't need to pull that out. And of course, copper line in a roll just like that one. I feel kind of guilty because we've just done this, now we're doing this. It's like the same video just again, so I'm not so motivated to make the same video twice, but it's all part of the process. I'm gonna do some YouTube magic here. And back in. Copy and paste. That's what I'm going to do now. Make sure I've got no leaks on the fuel system. Run it up. It's going to be really loud because obviously I haven't got the exhaust on. And then from there, it's time to put the subframe in and do the bushes. Gonna take a, oh hang on, there's something very important I haven't done. you don't put the fuel pump wiring back on, there's a high chance that you'll be there for quite a while trying to get it to start. And I will do that right now. Click. You see that tape on there, right? I marked that as the feed line for the fuel. So I marked that, and then I just continued to put the fuel lines on backwards anyway. So that's why it won't start. Amateur. Anyway, what you didn't just see is an absolute explosion of fuel as I undone that pipe, because I've literally just pumped a load of air into the return. Idiot! It literally like a bomb went off. You can see like the actual, wow. I've never had that happen before, ever. That's better. That's how it should be. No leaks. These E34s, I found that's the best way to get these old bushes out of the rear subframe. I've tried hitting out the outside and letting it drop through, but the best way I found is to let it burn, knock the sleeve out, then get the rip saw, cut down the sleeve, and then it should just drop out. Obviously the reason why we're pushing them out is because we're replacing them with Powerflex stuff, rear subframe bushes, and the rear trailing arm bushes. So yeah, you've seen in a couple of videos before when we've been working on the E34 Touring that we actually installed these subframe bushes into that E34 as well. Obviously, when you buy Powerflex stuff, you end up getting a two-part bush. And the reason that's really good is because it takes literally seconds to install. Obviously, once your old bushes are actually already out. So you get your one part, your two part, and then obviously your center sleeve, which goes all the way through. You bang this one in the top, you bang this one in the bottom, and then after that, you just bang your little pin in, and you're done. Obviously, you have to then coat all your surfaces with the grease that they supply you with. You just go around the edge, go around the internal sleeve, and then once you're fitted, you're pretty much done. Obviously, as we're doing subframe bushes on 2 E34s in the space of a month, it's common. So upgrade to some Powerflex stuff, which is also going to make it feel a little bit nicer, and you know for a fact they're going to last a long time. It's well worth doing that upgrade, because dropping the subframe is no mean feat, especially if you don't have access to a ramp like me. And then obviously, if you own a business like me, time is money, and I like making my life a lot easier because I can get a lot more stuff done when, you know, the product fits and I don't have to spend ages putting it in because I cheaped out on a part, basically. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you'll know that E34 there, Lewis cheaped out on the rear trailing arm bushes because the ones he got were one piece and then the internal sleeve was glued inside. Now, you want that sleeve to not be glued inside because you don't want the suspension to bind up on that sleeve. You're gonna have the Powerflex stuff, you're probably gonna have a lowered car or something that's on air, and then basically you want those suspension joints to actually rotate on the sleeve. The good thing about Powerflex stuff is once it's all greased and put together, you can bolt up that sleeve and then it will rotate really nicely around the bush. If you have like standard bushes on a car, they're glued and they twist, and then you'll find like 6 months down the line, after lowering your car, it will feel horrible, whereas Powerflex stuff, it doesn't do that. And again, because they're two-piece, put that in, put it together, you're done. It takes seconds as soon as the other bushes are already out. So, don't cheap out. This is a good product. It takes minutes to install. Good for me because it takes less time, and it's also good for the customer because you don't have to charge them an extra hour or so because you cheaped out on a set of bushes. I actually got a bunch of bushes for my E24 as well. So obviously Powerflex, everyone's seen the Powerflex before. It's the traditional purple. Most of their bushes are purple. They do like the black series as well, which is basically more of a track oriented bush. It's a little bit harder, you get more feeling throughout the car. But your traditional purple ones are mainly for a little bit of an upgrade above stock, but still a road going bush that's actually going to last. And of course in their classic line, they do your sort of stock road going used bush, but it is black, so you don't have a flashy color underneath the car. So if you're doing a full restoration and you're going for that OEM look under the car, you can upgrade the bush, but it is black, so it's not a bright color underneath the car, which I think is really, really neat. And that's exactly why I got it for the E24. So yeah, thank you to Powerflex for sending all this stuff out. This E34 is going to drive amazing. That E34 is going to drive amazing. Get yourself some Powerflex. Like I said, the hardest part is actually getting your old bushes out. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'll put the new bushes in. Only 4 more to go. I didn't realise my hammer was in that fire. That's not very good. Right, I'm going to show you how quick it is to actually install these bushes. So, a bit of lubricant on there. 3 minutes. So basically, a minute per bush. Easy as that. Time is money. So yeah, thank you Powerflex for making my life easy. I'm gonna do this side tomorrow because it's getting late now. And I have a ton of online work and posting and packing and all that stuff to do this week. So I need to get home and do some work. Edit this video as well in the process. I just didn't want to miss a video, so the E34 progress will continue on tomorrow. Hopefully have another video out for you Friday where we go get some new tires, finish getting the whole subframe back in, and actually go on a final drive of this car before it gets given away at the weekend. So yeah, if you're looking to buy a ticket for this, do it ASAP because I think they're going to sell out very soon. I'm going to count it tonight, and if it's not live on the website, it means it's finished. And you can check for updates on my Instagrams. I'll put the link in the description for all of those. Link in the description for the Powerflex. Get yourself some tickets. Have a good week, and I'll see you very shortly. Also, everyone that's ordered t-shirt stickers and stuff, they will be processed throughout the week, so you'll be getting them this week and next week and probably the week after because there's another batch of orders that I do need to get processed. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and start doing that because there's a lot to do. Thank you very much. Goodbye.